Hi guys, this is Autism Talks. Okay, so talked a bit about, what was going on recently with me, but maybe this can help you too. So lately I've been just, it's been tough. Today we're going to talk about taking advantage of or being taken advantage of. Now, obviously you've probably been taken advantage by people in your life, right? Right. Yeah, it's very hard. Very hard. But, I just think that, once you find out, it's like, oh my God, like, I think like sometimes you're a bit blindsided because, you're like talking to someone, you're talking to a person, like, oh yeah, let's catch up and stuff. And then bam, it's just like, oh my God, my whole world is shattered. Like, what the heck is going on? It's just really, really bad. So yeah. But it's not nice to be taken advantage of. Like, there's a couple of instances that I've been taken advantage of as well when it comes to people. Like, one time, this was like back at school, okay? So this is an example. There's two examples, actually. Or maybe three. I don't know. So there's this one time I had this crush on a boy at school, okay? This was like a long, long time ago when I was in school. And these mean girls say to me, because I was so naive back then, and I didn't know what was going on. So, I was a bit, I wouldn't say vulnerable. I wouldn't say that I was dumb. I was just not like, not understanding what was going on. So like, hey, give this boy this note. And I did. And, and then I told my mom about it. And then I started crying because I was like, why did they do that to me? Like, what? Like, because ever since then, if a boy likes you, he will tell you, okay? Don't listen to me, girls, and give them a note. That's my bad. I should have never done that. But again, I didn't know what was going on. So that's kind of like being taken advantage of. As there was this one time, back at school, I was somewhere and, someone was handing out like these friendship bracelets, okay? And I got back from somewhere and they blamed me for something that I didn't even do. It's like, she did it. I'm like, what the heck? I wasn't even here. Like, what? That just goes to show that people can blame you so easily for things. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, I didn't break that. I wasn't even, like, what? I wasn't even around. Like, what the heck are you talking about? So, yeah. So, that's also another thing. I feel like, not that I've always been taken advantage of, it's just people take advantage of you, but you don't even realize it. And that's really hard to come by. Like, I remember this one time I had all these people over at my house. And I do everything right by my friends. And, I think I talked about other Autism Talks. This person was sick, and I'm like, why didn't you tell me? And then I said, I wanted to see my friends. And I'm like, what? Like, you're not even here to see me. Like, what? Oh my God, it's just like so crazy. So I was like, really, when my mom told me that, because she told me that, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have told you that. I'm like, no, you should have told me that, because now I know. So yeah, it's very hard to find out the truth sometimes when it comes to that. And, you feel like, like, why? Like, I felt, they probably don't mean to, but at the same time, you gotta think how I feel and stuff like that. And you gotta think about the other person, how I feel. If I done that, I would have, not that I would, but hypothetically, if I did that, I would have been so terrible and stung myself in the foot. Okay, I do that sometimes when I know that I've done something wrong and I have to correct it before it's too late. Like, I've done that. It's really hard. And that's why my moral compass is an issue as well. So, yeah. But, like, taking advantage of is not nice. And I've been there. It's not nice. And, just as for examples, it's like, why? Like, you feel betrayed. You feel hurt. You feel like they don't care about your feelings. You feel they don't care about you, obviously. And it's very hard. Trust me. It's very hard. In those situations I've said, it's very hard. Trust me, it's very hard. And sometimes you're blamed for something that you didn't even do. Like, I remember this one time, I think I talked about this a while ago. So I did a retaliation video, saying how I was a bad person, and I was crying. I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong, and that's being blameful. And my mom had to step in because I was so upset, and my mom had to actually step in fix it. So yeah, because that person may be out to be a very bad person, which I'm not, by the way. Like, I've never done anything like that. Like, yeah, like what? And then there was this other time where I got really, not bullied, but I remember this one time that I got blamed for something that I didn't even do, and this person was calling me out and stuff. I'm like, what? I was also upset about that. So I'm like, why? Like, people can be mean sometimes online. People can be so mean and cruel to you online. It's crazy, but it's just hard, to do that. And obviously, they don't mean to, but I just don't think people care. People don't care about you. Like, I'm taking this as a thing, and like, people just don't. Some people do care, okay? I wouldn't say all people don't care. Some people do care. Like, your family cares about you. Your friends that care about you, they obviously care about you, know how you feel. But other people just don't care. And, it's very hard to deal with that. But, yeah, it's just very hard. And you kind of think to yourself, I've done everything for you. Like, I've had you over my house. You've been spoiled rotten, because when people come to my house, they get spoiled rotten. I give them gifts. Speaking of gifts, I got Christmas gifts to give my friends next week as well. So yeah, so they get spoiled rotten here, and sometimes they don't appreciate what I do, and I kind of feel like, like I've done everything for you guys. Like, what have you contributed to me? So it's very hard. Like, it's very hard, to be the perfect friend or the good friend that you are, but still feel like, you are sort of like, you don't get treated the same way, if that makes sense. You do everything, you have them over, you watch movies, and still it's not enough. And I'm just like, what else can I do? I'm a human. So yeah, so I kind of feel a little bit hurt by that, because you do everything in your power to make them happy, this is the hard part about being a friend, okay? To make you happy, to make you feel safe, to make you feel like you're worthy. And it's like, I'm done. I'm done. But at least I've got friends, I still got friends, by the way, don't worry. I still got friends that lean on me and stuff, and I need someone to lean on, because sometimes, carry this pressure all by yourself is very hard. So this morning I was actually talking to a friend of mine. I'm like, I've been wanting to to text this person, but I've just been so busy lately with what's going on and family stuff, personal aside. But yeah, but it was really nice to talk to that friend, because that friend knows how I feel, and I've just been through a lot lately, and that person has also been through a lot lately. So we can communicate with that. So it's good to have someone to lean on you. Obviously, you need someone to lean on you, but you feel like some people just don't care how you feel, and it's just really, really hard. Like, there are people who care about you, about your family and stuff like that. Like, family always cares about you and wants the best for you. But sometimes people just don't care or have the capacity to feel. And I'm like, that's so hard. But yeah, just really, really hard. But yeah, but taking advantage of you is not nice. I wish people would stop doing that. Being betrayed is one thing, but just, like, I haven't exactly been betrayed my whole life by people I have. Yes, totally. They've completely, lost my trust completely. Yes, that can also happen, so I wouldn't hold that against you if you, did that. But, it's just very, very hard, to come by as well. So that's all good time, guys. Make sure to share this guy to millions of this video, guys.